You are now listening to The Black Spark, a podcast about actively balancing healthy relationships,
mindful parenting,
and mental and physical wellness in this crazy world.
I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us.
Welcome to The Black Spark.
Welcome to The Black Spark. I am your host, Nia.
And I am your host, Addae.
And I keep looking at the microphone as if it is.
Yeah, I was just doing that. And then I was like, that's not it. Don't look at it.
Yeah.
That's hello. Welcome to The Black Spark.
How was your week?
My week was great, actually. I'm about to just run down a list of shout outs. This is the format for today.
Okay.
Shout out to
me.
Oh my god! I actually have you in the last. Oh, also, shout out to you for handling some dishes. Woo!
Whatever.
Yo,
go back to the beginning.
Shout out to our elementary school friends for actually putting in time and energy into birthday party planning because we did our Sky Zone for Tatum. 2 weeks ago, it was slime and soccer in the park.
Mm-hmm.
They had fresh fruit in a big old spread. It was lovely. The mother of the child got friends to help out, so all of the attendees didn't have to do anything. They acted as hosts and they served us food. It was cute.
Nice.
And then this past weekend, we went to wall rock climbing.
Nice.
It was great. It was an hour of climbing, and it was plug and play. Like, you just go, you get the safety thing, you climb some walls, you fall, you have a good time, you eat some cake and some pizza, you go home, right? It was great. Shout out to that. Shout out to LAUSD for striking for 3 days and saving me 3 days of commute gas. Of course, I hope they get what they want in terms of demands and pay. Yeah, equality, I love it. But gas. And I get back like an hour and a half of each of my days.
Okay.
For the next 3 days. Shout out to Shilajit and Ginkgo biloba and functional mushrooms. Because lion's mane is a beast. My brain has been so focused the last 2 weeks. My energy is leveled. Shout out to actually going to bed at 9 p.m. Mm-hmm. I'll be feeling bad for you when you be on the couch and I go in a room, but I'll be tired.
Don't feel bad for me. I'm enjoying my stolen personal time.
Stolen?
Yeah.
I'm stealing time from you?
No, that's not what I said.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah, we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you later. Shout out to going to sleep one time. I've been feeling actually energized and less brain fog, right? And because I'm also not drinking I don't drink any coffee.
Yeah, I was looking. I was cleaning the kitchen and I didn't even see the coffee thingy.
Yeah, I put that away like 2 months ago.
Okay, well.
Yeah, no coffee because the high and the crash. No, not doing it. Shout out to exercise. I've been doing it a lot more. I don't know if you saw the Iron Gym has been out for a few days.
It's legit just a pull-up bar.
No, it's a multifaceted exercise too.
It's just a pull-up bar.
It helps you do level. It helps you stay level when you do your squats. It's a push-up bar. It's a multi-position pull-up bar. Multi-position push-up bar. Anyway, shout out to exercise. Stop trying to dim my light, yo. And finally, shout out to you, my love.
Only for doing dishes one time.
No, you did it it was like a sink and a half full of dishes. I
didn't just do the dishes. I cleaned the kitchen.
No, you cleaned the kitchen. I know. You scrubbed the what's that thing called? We cook on the stove. You moved the stove.
Wow.
You scrubbed the countertops. You did inside the sink. When I came home, I was like, yes. I said she's sick. That's what got her to stay home to clean. But yes, and I was like, I was wondering if me standing up in front of the sink for an hour and a half, a day and a half earlier than that, and shouting, I can't do these dishes. I wonder if that was what motivated you to help out a little bit. Because this shit was making me crazy.
I don't remember you doing that, so no.
Oh, wow. You must have been asleep.
That's not what happened.
12:30 at night. That shit pissed me off. My feet was hurting, my back was hurting. Anyway, thank you.
I vaguely remember that.
See, yeah. Okay. I'm good, man. I'm good.
Nice.
Yes. What's up with you? How was your week? Other than the so sad. All the coughing. Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, bring it in.
No, my week was just fine. My voice is back to like 80%. Yeah, I've been okay. This recovery is taking longer than any recovery ever.
From anything. Right?
Ever. So I don't know. I don't like that. But I did. So my sorority has a program called YLI, the Young Leaders Institute, that I do with my sorors, obviously, and our invited youth leaders. So I did that this past Saturday. That was fun. The children actually had to create their own business plans. So they were in 2 groups of 4 and they had to create their own business plans. What's the name? What's the need? What's the purpose? What makes you stand out? How are you going to market? Like
all of that.
All the things.
Full package.
So,
yes.
It was really great to see these young people's minds turning. And then starting to see like who are the standout people who are like naturally gregarious, naturally extroverts and, you know, always wanting to raise their hand and participate, and which ones are quiet, but when you ask them a question, they give very coherent and thorough answers.
I like that.
And then the others who are like, I'm just here, so I don't get fined. So it's just, that was interesting and fun. And then I went to another event with my son.
You sure did. Sip and paint.
Well, they had sip and paint because I was late because I had actual duties.
Right.
But we had the after party, which really was just lunch/dinner. We had a margarita tree, a Patron margarita tree.
Oh, word?
Which nice. It had to go down. I only drank a little bit because I haven't actually been drinking. So I only drank a little bit, and we had just nice discussion, just fellowshipping. So that was fun. It's just fun. Fun times.
Yes. I like it. It did take me everything not to text you. I was like, yo, she all right? Is she okay? I wonder if she actually doing. Let's just leave her alone. Let her have her space. But it was getting late.
I bet you he looked on where I was on the map, though.
He did, though. Because I dropped you off there.
But
I was like, I'm assuming she's there.
I didn't stay there, no.
I don't know where you went. You could have got away with it. I don't know where you went. Yeah. Wow. I'll be worrying when you take too long to text back. Because usually you be texting back. Yeah, and I was like, yo, did the fucking... You
didn't even text me, though.
I know.
So that's on you.
But when I did text you, I had to wait like a whole 15 minutes.
I was
and then you knocked on the door. No, text me anyway.
Anywho.
I was worried if the damn Lyft person that got you. They be getting people.
Take a Lyft.
Oh, they dropped you off?
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
Y'all see how much he care about me? He don't even check in.
Really?
Okay.
Let's move on to the next segment.
Let's talk about them damn kids.
Let's
talk about them damn kids.
Put this on. I love you too much. Do it loud. Do it louder. What is happening?
Them damn kids is wild. I was worried over the last 2 days that I didn't have enough material or I didn't have anything. But they always come through. I got one hot off the press as of this evening's dinner.
Oh, wow.
Tatum's in the shower, right? So it's just the young ones. You know, they get wild when they're together, those two.
Okay.
Kyrie and Sinai at the table. I walk back into the dining room. Sinai talking about, so, Poppy, my friend told me that in other cultures, some people kiss by putting another person's tongue in their mouth. I told her, that's not other cultures, honey. That's our culture. Like, it happens here in romantic relationships.
Kyrie just was talking about this a couple weeks ago. Yeah,
exactly. Kyrie says, yeah, so Sinai, if you want to be in a romantic relationship, you're going to have to put other people's tongues in your mouth. So I said, ew, that's gross, Bobby. I'm not getting married anymore. Kyrie said, oh, Sinai, but don't you want to be in a romantic relationship? She says, no. And I'm going to have children by myself. Kyrie goes, Yeah, but it's very difficult to raise a child as a single person.
Oh,
And somebody said, well, I can do anything I want. I believe in me. And that's a true statement. What? 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 Yo, you can't write this stuff.
She is her own affirmation book.
And that's a
The
true
girl
statement.
will hype herself up. You gotta give it to her. You gotta give it to her. No, but wasn't y'all... See, I didn't write it down because I wasn't in the room. But y'all were talking the other day about penises and vaginas and babies and
I forgot to write that one down.
Yeah, all I heard was just laughing and giggling and ew, that's gross. And something about y'all all came out of mama's.
Oh yeah. It's full. I'm in the kitchen as always. I'm in the kitchen. These kids is something to do with a meal, and they just talking, and I overheard them, so I joined their again. It's these two young crazy people, right? And something to the effect of carries on some. Yeah, we came out of mama, and then how did we get out? And I was like, through her vagina. And guy goes, ew, bro. Ew, no, bro. And he's like squirming and looking around and having difficulty having words. And I'm like, yeah, son, you all came out of mama's vagina. Like, that's just the way it is. He goes, that's nasty, that's gross. I was like, it's natural, son. It's normal. Chill, man. And then Sanai was like, me too. I was like, yeah.
Well, she was the only one who came out of my
vagina. I know, but I ain't want to tell him that. I ain't want to be like, yo, the surgeon cut my belly open and pull out her uterus, and I seen the inside of her belly and shit. And I saw your gray ass come out. No, I didn't want to say all of that. I mean, I was like, yo, put that uterus back inside when you're done, sir. Yeah, I got you. So I didn't say all of that, right? And then Sanai's on some, well, how did it work? Like, how was it? I was like, you were basically inside of mama, and there was a liquid there, and you moving around, and then you came out. And she was like, wait, I was swimming inside of mama's vagina? I'm like,
you was like, nah, baby, that's what I did.
You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to get there with them.
Oh, hilarious.
I was like, nah. I was like, yeah, you were swimming in there, and then you came out. It's fine. It's natural. So,
okay, well,
I'm glad you brought that up. That's your damn kids.
Yeah, because I ain't got none.
That's your contribution for the night.
Yeah, that was mine.
So I spend a lot of time with people who are much younger than me, and as I get older, they
What's much younger than you now? No, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm serious. Like,
the
what
college students that I work with,
okay.
They're about 20 years younger than me. It's wild.
It's like 25. But go ahead.
I'm saying what I'm saying. You ain't got to intervene.
Go ahead.
So
maybe 30. No, go. You good.
I was at a forum earlier today talking about Black student success. And it made me think about just general analog relationships in the digital world, because one of these student panelists talked about, if you want us to know that you care, that you're not just my skin folk, but that you actually are for me, just show up. Like, come through. Be in the spaces that we be at. Right, so as we talk about analog relationships in this digital world, that made me think earlier about me neglecting relationships of family, friends. Like, so just text people, or even thinking about other human beings who leave you on red. And if you want a person to know that you actually give a damn about them, just respond.
Yeah.
Show up.
Yeah.
Actually respond. Even if it's not the best response immediately, like, yo, fam, good looks, I'm going to get at you in a second. Instead of just leaving people on red. If you want people to feel like they matter, take the time. And I've been doing this a lot the last month or so. When they reach out to you, immediately respond. That way they know you got it. That way they know you give it them enough to respond immediately. And they can be on red. Now they can be like, oh, he got me, and he gonna catch up later.
Yeah.
Right? And so just be there. And so if you can't do it personally, in person, physically, do it digitally. You knew 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's go.
Yeah, I just started really utilizing the feature on the iPhone where if you swipe that way,
to the right. Oh my goodness.
You swipe right, it'll say mark as unread. So even though I've read it, I will mark it as unread, so I know that I need to come back to this and respond. So someone suggested a meeting time. I didn't get back to them in enough time today. They're on the East Coast. By the time I remembered, it was like 7:00, and I'm like, I'm not gonna text her now. Right. So I just hit that, and I know I can't stand. I don't like any dots on my phone. I don't like blue dots. I don't like red dots. I don't like dots on my phone. So whenever there's something that's alerted me, I must rid myself of the dots. So
yeah, that's funny.
So I know that in the morning when I see that, I'm like, oh, let me text her back so that I can clear myself. I can cleanse myself of the dots. But
antibiotic for that.
So I know, especially like people use this practice in work situations, like even if it's just a quick done. Even if someone said, hey, look at this, blah, blah, done, and immediately so that you know that you're tying up those loose ends. But yes, in relationships, just showing up. So sometimes whenever I'm thinking of someone, I know we touched on this before. If I'm thinking of someone, I will text.
Just hit them, yeah.
Say how things are going. When people are having events, if I can make it and I'm not completely just burnt out, I'm gonna be there. If I say I'm gonna be there, unless there's some random extraneous circumstances. Is it extraneous?
Extraneous, yes.
Okay. Circumstances, then I'll be there. I try not to make as many excuses anymore, because my bed is very comfortable.
Yes, it is.
My couch is comfortable, and
even the guest bed.
Next month I'm gonna get a new mattress for the guest bed, and it's gonna be even more comfortable.
Yeah, the priorities.
Like my special gift.
No.
So, but yes, I agree. I think just showing up is really important in all aspects of life, right? Yeah. So, and that's pitching in when I can. Even though I got to the tail end of this event on Saturday after the one I was going to, I cleaned up.
Nice. There it is.
I took pictures. I cleaned up, I'm here. I got hands. I mean, I got hands. But I got hands. I can help,
Okay. Well, yeah. So, like, I learned that from my former supervisor years ago. She was like, yo, you do an excellent job at what you do. Like, you're really good at it. I got a pointer for you. Like, I see you got all those unread messages. And I'm like, I use that as part of my reminder from Dots, right? I use that as my reminder to follow up on something. She's like, you know what I do? So she just deletes emails. She responds and says, hey, I got your email, we'll review, whatever. And then she writes it down on her to-do list and then deletes emails.
Ooh,
so that keeps it clear.
That's reckless.
Right? And I'm like, yo, don't you need it for subpoenas later? No. You know what I mean? No, but she actually will respond and say, hey, I've seen it. Like 2 sentences. I've seen it. I'm on it. And then it sends it off. That way the person immediately gets it. They're like, damn, you on it, huh? And they think you're on it. And you do it in your time. And so I was like, all right, cool.
Sometimes I think about my life and I'll be like, why are you just learning this now? Like, why did it take you so long to get this? But it doesn't matter. You get it when you get it.
You get it when you get it. And you don't get upset.
Yeah. And you implement it. You do what you need to do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just show up.
Show up. It means the world. And you don't know how impactful it can be. Yeah.
It's time for Ask Addae, where we read and answer a question from you, our listener family. Send your questions to itstheblackspark@gmail.com or message us on Instagram @theblacksparkpodcast.
I'm ready.
Bob Marley was once asked if there was a perfect woman. What's that face? What is that face?
No.
Addae, is there a perfect woman? Then I'll finish reading the tweet.
No.
The tweet.
The twit. The twat. Yes, the twat is the perfect woman.
Oh my God.
Don't put that in there.
It's in there. It's in there. I'm not taking that out. Go ahead.
No. Every woman is unique and perfect in her own way. I have loved many a woman in my life. Not many enough. But yeah. No, I don't think so.
He replies, "Who cares about perfection? Even the moon is not perfect. It is full of craters. The sea is incredibly beautiful but salty and dark in the depths. The sky is always infinite but often cloudy. So everything that is beautiful isn't perfect. It's special. Therefore, every woman can be special to someone. Stop being perfect, but try to be free and live doing what you love, not wanting to impress others." Yeah, so.
Yes, that's what I said. Isn't that what I said? I have loved many a woman for different reasons. Okay. Let's go, Bob.
They said that's what he said. I don't have any confirmation that this is what he said.
That sounds so damn romantic and poetic, like what he would have said.
Yeah.
That's why he got so many children and so many special women have been blessed with that man's seed. Every one of his children is musical. I was listening to the Marleys all day the other day.
Really?
You got Ziggy, Kaimani, Damien, Stanley, and Bob, and everybody else. I don't know about no Stanley. Stanley and everybody else. All these damn kids. Rupert and... Oh my God, yes. So, yeah. Nah, no woman's perfect. No perfect.
Do you think people are looking for the perfect? Do you think?
Possibly. I'll say this. Here's this one to mess you up. We are all perfect and unique at being who we are.
Mm-hmm.
The question begs the question requires that one is using their subjective lens to then project perfection onto another.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? And so you're never going to get that. Because whatever you project as perfect is a fallacy in terms of the way you're looking at it. Mm-hmm. They are perfect in their own way. Mm-hmm. But every system has its outcome. I mean, it's intended and unintended outcomes. So.
I think the question itself was rhetorical. I think
Bob... I don't think so.
I think Bob made it poetic, but I feel like the question was rhetorical. Like, Bob, what do you think is the perfect woman?
Yeah, a lot of people will actually answer. What do you? Because that question really is, what's your perfect woman?
Right? Yeah.
And he said, "May have many." That's what he said. That's what he said.
God,
know what I mean? Did you see? So that makes me think of that Nick Cannon thing recently. Did you see that? This woman, the reporter, was like, "So I hate to ask you this, but people want to know." What limit do you have? How many children you want to have? He gets in this big old Sprinter van and is about to slide the door. He goes, "I don't know. What you doing later tonight?" Ooh. And he looks at her. Her face turns whatever it turns, and then he busts out laughing as the door slides closed. I said, "Fire, more fire." Go ahead, Nick, spread it.
Ew, never. Oh my God.
It's just populating the world with cannons.
No, 0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
It's Nia's Need to Know.
It's
Nia's Need to Know.
Ratchet random.
It's Nia's Need to Know. It's
yes,
Nia's
my
Need to
turn.
Know. What you think they need to know in all of your perfection?
Oh, stop.
Ooh, come on with it.
No.
Tell them what they need to know. Oh, no.
Life be life. And
Whopping.
Florida Republicans have introduced a bill to ban girls from talking about their periods in school.
Oh.
It's a part of the anti-woke agenda.
So you trying to muzzle people now?
So they have wanted to introduce something to make it
foolishness.
so elementary school girls can't talk about their periods because these stupid fucks don't realize that elementary school girls have periods.
They so crazy.
They're like, they don't need to be talking about that in elementary school. No third grader needs to be told. Yeah. Yeah, they do.
It's called community.
Yeah,
this is
do.
how you build knowledge.
Third graders be having
and
periods.
You share with each other. What is wrong with y'all?
Third graders have periods.
That's censorship.
This is why they don't need to be making any kind of... Politicians don't need to be making laws that have anything to do.
Don't you have something else to do?
Yeah. Yeah. It defies logic and basic common sense that the COVID pandemic would have started in the same way that many other pandemics have started and not some new way that never happened before. Because now we're learning that COVID-19 likely came from animals, which is how so much other shit has happened. I mean, viruses grow quickly. They evolve. That's what they do. So to jump on the bandwagon of all these other possible crazy theories as opposed to just the most likely one has always been interesting to me. The jury's still out. We don't know. However, I've always been on the side of, this is how this shit usually goes. So every 100 years or so, some animals should be popping up and people be getting sick. Okay.
Interesting.
Let's see. Oh, Lieutenant Daniels from The Wire.
Use the man's real name.
I don't remember his name. But y'all...
He has passed.
Yeah, he passed away. He was only 60 years old.
Yeah, that's wild.
I'm not understanding people be dying. But, I don't know. Maybe it's because we're just... As we get older, more people be dying. So, it bothers me every time. But, yeah.
I think what bothers me is the age at which people are dying.
Yeah, but people be dying at 60.
I know. I know.
I mean, it's
I don't know his life. I don't know what he did.
And it probably was... natural causes just means it wasn't an accident. It wasn't a drug overdose. It wasn't a suicide or homicide. Mm-hmm. It just meant he could have had a heart attack, which we all would lament someone having a heart attack at 60.
Yeah, exactly.
But, Lance Reddick is his name.
Ah, okay.
Rest in peace to Lance Reddick. Oh, y'all! Conspiracy theorists are setting up their own dedicated dating sites in response to what they see as growing incompatibility with mainstream society.
Oh, wow.
So they haven't been able to date.
Wow.
Because most people don't want to date them. So they have to create their own dating site.
Good for them.
It's good for them. You want people to be able to find others who they mesh with. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, it creates more of that insular community, and that's a recipe for disaster. That's like the KKK having a dating site.
Wow, I was about to say something. I ain't saying nothing.
Okay.
Ooh.
Did y'all hear about that bulletproof whiteboard bullshit?
What happened?
In Alabama, they tested, or I don't know if they created it down there. Anyway, you know how there's whiteboards in schools?
Yeah, dry erase board.
Yeah. So they created a whiteboard that can pull out and create a bulletproof room for students and teachers to hide in when an active shooter comes to their room.
When, not if.
So they're not.
You're not trying to control the guns. You're not trying to control how they get to people. You're not trying to check people's minds.
No. And
you just want to make sure the bullets deflect.
Yeah, you're not going to check for lead in the schools. You're not going to make sure all the toilets work. You're not going to make sure that their teachers are paid well. You're not going to make sure that there's nurses in the schools.
Oh my God! You're not going to get childcare, so people can be less stressed out.
No, but you're going to make sure that there's no drag story hour and that there's a bulletproof room in each room.
Yeah, that's wild.
And they think...
that's a cool invention, but that's just so backwards.
Yeah, because they think
it's war.
That does not traumatize children as much as seeing men dressed up as women. Mm-mm. Anywho, Oh my goodness, this therapist got dragged last week. This Black female therapist got dragged last week because she said that she would no longer work with men. She didn't say Black men. She said she would no longer work with men because they are demanding and they're rude. She said that they would like quiz her and interview her, like checking to see if she knew enough to be able to work with them.
Really?
And then she said they would be coming on to her. They would be making sexual advances towards her. So she said she was no longer working with men. And she got dragged by Black men because on the site Therapy for Black Men, which is its own site, curated for therapists who will say that they work with Black men.
Yeah.
The people who are on that site don't only work with Black men. Right. They work with all people, but they're on this site because they also... Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, they took it to mean she was all pro-Black and everything. And she said she was with us. You see how they treat us. Black women don't love us. And blah, blah, blah.
Wait, what?
So they dragged her. They tried to get her license. Like,
who's the they? Because I've actually followed Therapy for Black Men for some time.
No. Okay. Not that site. Okay. Black men on Twitter. Black people online.
Okay, thank you. I'm like, what?
No. So... Then, when she said what she said, they took it as an affront. So then all these other people in all these other service industries started coming out and talking about why they also no longer service men. Mm-hmm. They were like, tattoo artists don't want to service men because they keep getting sexual advances. Women barbers don't want to service men because they're like, you don't want to ask yourself what's happening up under that smock when I'm cutting someone's hair or washing someone's hair. Yes, all of these service industry women are coming out like, yeah, I don't fuck with men neither. Let's see, estheticians, so people who do facials and nails, they were like, no, men are the worst. They keep coming with the sexual advances. Dog walkers don't want to walk men's dogs.
Because it's like, yo, when you're done walking the dog, come and walk this dog.
Call centers. Men call centers to masturbate to whatever it is. They will call crisis hotlines.
Gross.
Morgues say they won't hire men because men fuck dead bodies.
That's well, I know of that.
Oh yeah.
But it's gotten so bad that they won't hire men. So this is all pretty damn atrocious. What is happening with these human beings?
I don't know if this is what is happening or what's been happening because I've not paid attention to it.
I mean, it sounds like it's closely related to the things that were reported during the height of the Me Too movement, where just men's bad behavior is being spotlighted.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And they took no one was coming specifically for Black men, and then they blew it out of proportion. And then these other people came to her rescue and were like, look, I don't fuck with men.
I don't fuck with men because y'all wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So, I mean, as a chiropractor, I don't get hit on, thank goodness. But I can see
if you were, you'd be like, yo, this is not cool.
Yep. Yeah. I can see it happening. I think it's mostly because, some people were like, I was going to say, I think it's because I have my wedding ring on. But other people, other people were like, so I get hit on more with the wedding ring than without.
Because then they're like, I'm not looking for a relationship from you.
Right.
Let me see if I can get it to smash. I don't care about a husband. Yeah.
Yes.
That is some serious entitlement. I'm trying to figure out a word to combine entitlement with dick. I haven't figured it out yet.
Entitlement. Oh, Trump.
Oh, shit.
So today we're recording on a Monday night. We're a little bit behind schedule. So last week, Trump said that he will be indicted and arrested on Tuesday, meaning tomorrow. He put it out there. See, he's an idiot, but he be thinking he's smart. So he is the one who put it out there that the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago. They hadn't said nothing. They wasn't finna say nothing. Nobody was gonna say nothing. He was the one that put it out there, and that's when people, confirmed it, and we're like, yeah. Well, if he gonna say it, then yeah,
sure, whatever. That's what we did, right? Yeah.
So he put it out there that he expects to be arrested and indicted tomorrow, Tuesday the 21st. But no one has said that. No one is confirming that that's the case.
Oh, wow.
But he put it out there and he told his supporters to protest, take our country back. So we have little pockets of violence starting to happen, little pockets of protest starting to happen. And as of now, I was just reading the New York Port Authority, New York City cops, everybody's supposed to be like dressed in all of their gear, preparing for massive traffic issues and people coming in. So I don't know what's going to happen, but he's got three to four major things happening. And the New York one is just the first one. So I don't know what's going to go on, but I'll be super excited to see him indicted whenever that happens.
I'll be having too much to say. When y'all see me sounding, it ain't no quiet over here. It's just there's too much noise inside.
So people are, Republicans and people who support Trump, they're upset because they're like, oh, he's getting, the New York one is about Stormy Daniels and the $130,000 hush money payment. And they're like, do this. They did this to Bill Clinton and y'all didn't like it. Why are you going to do this to us? And, it's just paying off a porn star. It's just so his, to save his marriage and blah, 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 blah. And the Democrats are like, this is basic 1 + 1 is 2. You paid $30,000 to a porn star to shut her up days before the election. On the books, you wrote it off as legal fees.
Yeah.
That's the crime. There were no legal fees. This wasn't like,
no, it wasn't a case.
A legal service provided by Michael Cohen.
Someone. It's hush money. That's a different thing. So
that's fraud. Yeah. You wrote it on your books as legal fees. That's fraud. Yeah. And on top of that is campaign finance issues because you did it in service of your campaign.
Yeah.
It's basic. But they're thinking it's some sort of gotcha.
They're just trying to get him.
Yeah.
Because he's tearing the system down.
Yeah.
So I saw this one post on IG, somebody talking about I'm voting for the guy with the most indictments and arrest threats. Because if anybody is against the systems, if the system's trying to tear him down so much, he must be doing the right thing. And I'm like,
okay. Well, you got Alan Dershowitz, a lawyer guy, pretty much bringing up the point. Like, well, he could be president in prison.
Stop.
Y'all, apparently he's pushing the envelope because there's no law on the books that says you got to be a free person in order to be. There is no law that says you can't be president if you're in jail.
That's wild.
And that's what Alan Dershowitz is trying to say.
I don't need that. I don't need that.
No one needed. But no one needed this to be said explicitly before. Yeah, now y'all are pushing.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what's gonna happen.
So I didn't learn anything new this week. I relearned a whole lot of lessons. Primarily, I relearned that flexibility is strength. I've been outside of my comfort zone for so long. I'm at a place where I broke through most recently.
Nice.
I broke through most recently, and I'm just like, I don't feel as fatigued by the routine. And I actually, at work and in my personal life with these children and then with myself, I just feel a greater capacity to continue to do the things that I'm doing. And I'm allowing myself to not be so damn serious about the things that.
When have you been serious?
Because I don't be talking. Y'all don't need to know what kind of craziness goes on inside my Scorpio brain. Right? And so, yeah. Flexibility is strength. I've learned that again. I learned that so many times before. But yeah, that's where I am this week.
Well, yours is better than mine because I was going to complain about some stuff.
Why?
I got two things to complain about.
I've also learned that I don't spend time and energy complaining too much. It just feeds into my negative.
Well,
yeah. That reminds me. Over the weekend, I was talking about the pain body, which is a concept that Eckhart Tolle explains in A New Earth. And I was talking to Sinai about, she was happy that she had hurt her brother. And she was like, but I get a little happiness out of it. I was like, be careful with that, Sinai, because that's not you. That's a part of you that's afraid, and a part of you that is angry, and it feeds off of other people's anger. And the more you feed it, the more it's going to grow. And eventually it devours you, and you're going to become someone you don't want to be. And she's like, oh. I was like, it's called your pain body. It feeds on pain. So I hear you, because I be laughing at people when they hurt too. But just know it's not a healthy thing for you to do. And she's like, oh, okay, Bobby.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that's what I'm dealing with, but thank you for that. I've relearned how incompatible I am many times with corporate America. There's a...
Where do we start?
There's a fakeness that I cannot
abide by.
I cannot abide. And my spirit struggles. And you know, the most difficult part about it is that we can live off of one salary. So even so while I know we are building with the two salaries, like I know that it's important for us to have our two salaries. I know that this is what I want for my family, for us to have this amount of money. Man. It's like, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't pay me enough to do such and such. Like I don't know if this amount of money is enough for my integrity, for me to lie like this, for me to try to like shuck and like I you know what I'm saying? Like,
I still don't know what specifically you're talking about. I know what we've talked about, but I didn't see you shucking and jiving.
Well, because I haven't really had to yet, but
okay.
But this
you
weekend,
foreseeing it?
Well, this week and next week, I have some folks from corporate coming to the office.
Yes.
And while I'm excited to meet folks and excited to show off how amazing of a doctor I am, because I really am. Patients love me. I love treating patients.
Your staff loves
staff loves me. My coworkers love me. Like I do a really, really good job. But you know how nowadays, like businesses and jobs be asking you to do like 5 other jobs?
Really? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so when they come and be like, well, what are you doing about X, Y, and Z? And I want to be like,
that's not my job.
Let me look at my manual here, because I legit don't see that in my job description. So I'm not exactly certain.
Why are you asking me?
What you asking me about?
Talk to one of these other people here.
I don't quite get it. Like, this is not what I was trained on. This is not
what I was hired
This
for.
is not what I
agreed to.
This is not what I studied in school. Like, this is not my expert. This is not it's not in my wheelhouse.
Sound like I need to hire another position to do that.
That's
what you want.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff. It's like, because then when they ask you those things, you're not supposed to say that.
Right. Of course not.
You're supposed to be like, oh, well, and you're supposed to try to think of some kind of sugar-coated way to polish up this shit. And it's like, motherfucker, that shit ain't my motherfucking job.
That ain't my job, baby.
That ain't my job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm working on it, because it's definitely it's a growth edge for me, you know. So I'm working on it, but I'm just relearning how much I bristle at the fakeness requirement of corporate America.
Yeah, I like your example. I thought you were going to say something else.
Oh, okay.
But no, I like your example because I was thinking about people who I follow around, not people who I follow in terms of just best practices. And one of the spiritual leaders I follow just talk about, like as much as you can be Zen and as much as you can be about your own personal growth and enlightenment, like there's a time when you just got to remember you're in this corporeal vessel. And he's like, I don't even get upset about some of these things in the Matrix because it's like, I'm doing what I'm doing to grow spiritually. But then in order to navigate the physical world, not everybody's where you are.
Because people like, you got to eat. So you got to...
No, not even that. No, I hear that too. I don't love that either. What I'm saying is some folks will be like, you just got to play the game sometimes. And you can remove the frustration by saying, not that bullshit that you talking about. Because that requires clarity. That requires, we're not actually addressing that because it's not what I am here for. Right. And at the same time, I thought you were talking about something else where it could be like, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But I don't know, sorry, I'm not being specific, but like
the moving of the goalpost kind of thing. Because I don't like that either.
No. I'm not being specific. Had you used a different example, I would have been like, sometimes you just got to play the game and not placate folks, but ask them, like play the game of the dialogue. Yeah. Well, what do you think about that? Because I'm just here to do this. Help me understand what you mean by that.
Right. No.
Where do you think we should be going? And are we going to get additional resources to provide that service? So help me understand. So if you take away the personal from it, it's like you can actually play the game because they're playing a fucking game. Yeah. They're fucking with you. They're playing a game.
Like, what's Dr. Brown doing? What's the energy like in the office?
Or there's also oftentimes
I am waiting for you to come and see because I run a very, very happy and upbeat office. So
and not everyone's used to that. Also, there's often in organizations, especially large organizations, there's a disconnect between the vision.
Oh, for sure.
And the ground. So they might think that you're supposed to be doing this. Like genuinely think you're supposed to be doing that. And when they ask that question, it becomes glaring how distant they are from the reality of stuff on the day-to-day.
And so that's the thing. So my issue is
just like the manual you got recently. You were like, I've been asking for this since I got here.
Yes. No, but that's my issue because it's like, come and see, and let me show you how what you finna ask me don't make any kind of sense. You know what I'm saying? And so, what you're asking for, it's like it's exactly what the strike is about. It's like you want this, you want champagne on a beer budget, like that's what you want. You want us to make $1 out of 15 cents,
and we've done doing that. We've been doing that for way too long.
Right. You want the magical unicorn person, worker, who you want to pay not enough. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm just relearning that I just like, you see, like it. It just hurts me.
Oh yeah.
But I'm actually gonna push through this time for as long as I can.
Nice.
Yep.
And you're the kind of person who you got that fire internally. So I've seen you grow and achieve things without any kind of outside stimulation. And so to that, I would say, spark it up.
Spark it up.
Thanks for checking us out. Remember to follow us on Instagram at The Black Spark Podcast.
And if you like what you hear, leave us a 5-star review wherever you're listening.